This is the outside of the Elddis Majestic 120. As I move along, I will firstly come to the location of the Thetford toilet cassette. To remove the cassette, just lift up on this orange lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where the cassette empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring the cassette, hold this button in to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone-based lubricant is fine. And by turning this section here, allows access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. All of these cassettes now are on wheels with extendable handles. Next we have the gas locker. There is space in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and then screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Tucked just down here is the grey water drain, so anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then is drained off at this point here. We then have the external shower point just here, so as long as the shower hose is plugged in and then the water pump is turned on, it will then go automatically under pressure. The shower hose looks like this. We have the dust cover just there, which goes in the hole just there when it's not in use. Fresh water tank fill just here, so just pop your hose pipe in to fill up the fresh water tank. And then directly beneath it we have the fresh water tank drain tap. Beside that is the flue for the space heater. Do not need to do anything with these, just make sure that nothing is obstructing them. And then the spare wheel is just located underneath the van. In the jack and wheel brace kit there's a bar that locates where my finger is just here. Attach the brace to it to wind the spare wheel down. At the rear we have a Fiamma bike rack fitted, which has a storage box attached to it. Rear view camera just up here. Coming around to the other side we have the battery locker just here. So we've got the leisure battery there, and then the mains hookup point just here. Flue for the boiler just there. Again, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then we have the external barbecue point just here. So if you are going to use this, you do need a barbecue adapter, which is about this long, and attached the hose of the barbecue to it with a Jubilee clip. Once you've done this, plug it in here, and then this allows you to turn the gas on. To remove it, just push on the collar, push it up, and then it will release itself. Vents for the Dometic fridge just here. As this is a fully winterized van, it does come with winter covers that look like this, so if you are using the motorhome in extremely cold climate, they can be put on. We have the larger for the bottom vent and the smaller one for the top, and they both just clip in, starting at the top push it in, and then with a flat-headed screwdriver or the ignition key, just turn both of these little lugs to lock it into place, and it will then just allow the fridge to vent from the lower points just here. Make sure that these are removed for the summer months of the year, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat. Dometic wind out canopy just here. So to wind the canopy out, firstly take the winding handle and then it's just a matter of popping it in at the base and then beginning to wind it out. As you can now see, I've wound it out a short distance. I always prefer to do this and then drop the legs to give it some support, so you're not putting too much stress on the canopy itself or the side of the motorhome. The legs are sprung loaded, and it's just a matter of literally lifting up on this grey lever just here and then just pushing in, which will then allow it to release and drop to the ground. Get the canopy at the height that you desire and then just lift the grey lever and lock it into place. If I then do exactly the same again on the other leg, and again just drop it to the ground, again get the height that you require and then just lock into place. Now that the canopy is supported, I can then continue to wind the canopy out, walking the legs as I go. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy fully out. Try to avoid using in high winds, as it does run the risk of being flipped over the roof of the motorhome, and if it does get wet and you need to put it away, always try and get it back out again and dry as soon as possible. When it comes to popping the canopy away, begin to wind it back in, walking the legs again to roughly the point where we dropped them. And then it's just a matter of releasing the lever and then bringing the leg back up again, and then just making sure that it fully locates in the clip just here. Once the legs are back in place, continue to wind until it will not wind any further. Once the canopy is fully away, you may find that the handle itself gets stuck. All you need to do is just literally push it up, twist it round, and then it will release itself. Diesel fill just here, and the diesel cap unlocks on the ignition key. Add blue top up just beneath it and it will let you know on the dashboard when the AdBlue needs topping up. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here, and then the jack and wheel brace can be found underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery is underneath the floor of the cab, and then bonnet release is just here. The van is alarmed, and it's all alarmed with the key fob itself. So if I now lock it, you'll get a single chirp and one flash indicating that it's locked and the alarm is armed, and when I unlock it, you get two flashes and two chirps indicating that it is disarmed. What you can also do is put it into what is known as pet friendly mode, so the alarm is armed on the outside but disarmed on the inside, and all we need to do is just press the lock button twice, once and then twice, and you get that high-pitched chirp indicating that it is in pet-friendly mode. If any of the doors are not fully shut or the bonnet is not fully down, when you go to lock it, you will get a series of chirps and a series of flashes indicating that something is wrong.